Hello and welcome to another battle report. This is 1000 points between my Lizardmen versus a Wemp army. And what is special with this is, for the first thing, we are doing a campaign. So we have 1000 points, special, core and rare. Here have 3 characters, a necromancer in that zombie unit in the forest, a Right King in that graveyard unit, and some what's the name now, Vamp hero in the skeleton. And you can see his unit from the left, graveguards with the banner of barrels, unit of ghouls, unit of zombies in that stupid forest, and a unit of skeleton, a unit of what's the name, Vargeist. And you can see I painted up my gate. I'm really pleased with the result, so it will be very cool to use it. It's a portal for this purpose, so it will throw out random spell every turn. And for my own army, you can see out in the corner there, I have my chameleon skinks who have scouted out. I have the Ripper Dipper dudes on this hill on my left flank. And here is my main force. I have my 20 Saurus with 2 Scarvets in it, 3 Jungle Swarms with a unit of Skinks in front of them, 2 Salamanders, and a unit of 6 Cold One Knights. Well, as you see here, he gets the first turn. Unfortunately for him, his zombie unit with his Necromancer with Curse of Years and Invocation is stupid and don't move forward. Otherwise he just rushes forward. The Vargeist is closest to the gates and suffer a Plague of Rust this turn. And you can also see I have my Toad marker on him, so the Ripper dudes will do some serious damage if they manage to get into them. Well, his magic was a ward, so over to the Lizardman's turn, and you can see here my chameleon skinks move closer to his line, will kill some zombies in the shooting phase, and the Ripper Dipper dudes get a cool flank charge on his Vargeist. I thought I had this one in a bag, and he thought he would have this one in a bag. So we will see what will happen here. Well, here you see how I moved up in the my right flank. I will hopefully get a combo charge with the Swarms and Saurus to give them poison. The Cold One failed a stupid check, but otherwise the Skink and the Salamander keep out of range of his Graveguards. And that's it for movement. In the magic phase, the gate throws out Soul Blight on his Vargeist, so -1 toughness and strength, which helped me a lot. But he struck first, he take one of them down, I strike back. I think I did 2 wounds. I pretty much made a bad roll for that one, but yeah, anyways, 1 crumble, and I think the guy in the middle suffered 1 wound in the combat res. For the Vampire account's turn 2, you can see here he basically moves everything up, and that's it. Magic, he get off some invocation, raise some zombies. I dispel Curse of Years, but that's it for his move and magic. In this combat, the Ripper dudes managed to kill the Vargeist, or they crumbled at least. Much thanks to the Soul Blight on from the Warp Gate, I managed to win that combat. So for Lizardman turn 2, Ripper dudes make a long charge into the flank of the ghouls. They are followed by the Saurus making the charge, and the Jungle Swarm making the charge into the ghouls. Otherwise I just move into position to shoot as much on the graveyard as I possibly can. The Ripper dudes will overrun, hopefully overrunning into the Temple Guard to lock them up for a turn, and my Saurus will be able to pivot and make the charge into either his skeleton unit or his necromancer unit next turn. Well, and my plan did work. I did some reforming after, so my Saurus warrior turned to face his skeleton zombies and the skeleton charge. The Ripper dudes overrun into that graveyard unit, and the jungle swarm reformed into a line to be able to charge his zombie unit next turn. Well, unfortunately I did some missing in picture taking, but in combat we start with the Ripper Dipper dudes. They managed to killing blow his Rat King, and they killed the Ripper dudes just outright. And in the combat with the skeleton, my Saurus didn't take that much damage from the skeleton. He started by throwing a Curse of Years in his turn. I could not dispel that, and then in my turn I could not remove that spell. So he have Curse of Years on the Saurus still. But as you can see, my jungle swarm have charged his zombie unit, and in that combat I did manage to snipe out his necromancer. So not a lot of more magic from his side anymore, and you can see I've taken my skinks up there to stop his graveguard from charging anything of value in my army. In the combat with the skeleton, I think he gets a lot of buffs from the warp crypt now. He got speed of light and Wisdom's wild form, so my Saurus have taken a lot of damage. The Saurus character I think have taken to 1 wound each, but I did manage to kill his Wemp Lord. Maybe not in this turn, but definitely in next. For his turn, you can see his Graveguard charges down my Skinks and reform like that, but you can see they have suffered a lot of casualties, that from the Salamander shooting at him mostly. Well, you can see here definitely that his skeleton are begin to taking a lot of damage. You can actually see in the right of this picture a blowpipe, and that's from my chameleon skinks moving in to the closest unit of the warp gate to stop him from getting a lot of buffs on him, and it throws a fireball on my chameleon skinks and they suffer 3 wounds. You can also see the jungle swarms taking heavy losses against the zombies, but the zombies is not too many of them remaining, so that's good. Well, you can see here for my turn, my Cold One passes the march test and march out of sight of his Graveguard, and the Salamander moves up in position to shoot at him, and it does, and now he doesn't have too many of those guys remaining. Here you can see I did manage to kill the skeleton, all except one of the guys. These zombies kill my jungle swarm, unfortunately, so now he reforms to get a good charge into my chameleon skinks next turn. Well, for his turn 5, his Graveguard reform, his zombies charge my chameleon, I stick and fight, nobody did any wounds, he breaks me, and he runs me down. Well, Lizardmen turn. What I did, I shoot at his Graveguard with Salamander, roll a misfire, the other one miss, I think I overshoot a bit. Saurus charge the zombies in the flank, the zombies get a fireball thrown at them from the gate. I killed the zombies, and then I reform like this, and for his turn 6, what will happen, he will charge me, I will get a fireball thrown at me that turn, it won't do anything, and I win that combat. It was some scary rolls in the end because you have 2 guys left, they all trying to kill off my general, but he didn't roll any 6, and I passes my armor save check. And that's it for the game. It ended up being a victory for the Lizardmen. I have about 500 points remaining on the board, and that's it. If you like 8th edition game, I have this campaign with my buddies, so hopefully get a 8th edition game in every week. And I'm going to a tournament this weekend in Västerås. If you are there, hope to meet you. And also I'm going to another tournament that is the 9th H in the beginning of October, so that will be really cool too. And yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, ask them below and I will try to answer them as soon as I possibly can. Feel free to like and start subscribing, and yeah, have a nice one.